Hello there. Have you ever glanced at your payslip, spotted that little M1 next to your tax code, and just felt that sinking feeling in your stomach? Well, you are definitely not alone. It happens to thousands of people right across the UK every year. But look, don't worry. The experts over at Pro Tax Accountant have put together this guide to help us completely unravel this very common and often quite costly tax puzzle. So you've seen it, that M1 tag. It feels like a bit of a red flag, doesn't it? Are you in some sort of trouble with HMRC? Are you losing out on your hard-earned cash? Well, the short answer is you are very likely overpaying tax. But the good news is we're going to show you exactly how to fix it. So here's our game plan. We've broken it all down into a really simple step-by-step guide. First, we're going to demystify what that M1 code actually is. Then, we'll look at why it pops up and what it's really doing to your pay packet. Most importantly, we'll give you a clear plan to take back control. We'll also touch on a few special cases and then talk about your next steps. All right, let's get straight into it. First things first, that M1 code isn't a penalty, but it is a big sign that you need to take action. Think of it as a temporary fix from HMRC, and honestly, the sooner you understand it, the faster you can get your money back where it belongs. So what is this M1 code exactly? Well, think of it as HMRC's emergency brake. When they don't have all the right info about you, they put you on this temporary month one code. It's just to make sure you're paying some tax. The key phrase to remember here is non-cumulative. That just means it treats every single month like a completely fresh start, ignoring everything you've earned or tax you've paid before then. Let me try and put this another way. Imagine your annual tax-free allowance is a big pizza. With a normal cumulative tax code, you get to enjoy that pizza slice by slice all year round. If you don't earn for a few months, no problem. You just get to have those saved up slices later. But with an M1 code, HMRC gives you one small slice each month and basically throws away any unused pizza from the months before. It's a massive waste of your tax-free allowance. So why on earth would HMRC put you on this weird pizza diet of a tax code? It might seem totally random, but there are some very specific reasons behind it. And understanding the why is the first step to making sure it doesn't happen to you again. Does any of this sound familiar? Have you recently started a new job? Maybe you've switched from being a freelancer to a full-time employee? Or perhaps you've just started drawing a pension. These are all really common life events that can trigger an M1 code. Basically, whenever your financial situation changes, HMRC's systems can fall a little bit behind, and they use this code as a temporary catch-all fix. And here is a golden rule, a real pro tip from the tax experts. Your P45 is your golden ticket. That simple bit of paper from your old job tells your new employer and HMRC everything they need to know to get you on the right tax code from day one. So always, always ask for it on your last day. Okay, now for the bit you've probably been waiting for. How much is this M1 code actually costing you? Let's crunch some numbers, because this is where you'll see the real-world impact on your bank account. That's not all. Here's where most people go wrong by not checking the numbers. Okay, let's meet Priya. She's a freelance graphic designer, and it's October 2025. She's just landed a new role, earning £2,500 a month. But she didn't have her P45, so she's on an M1 code. As you can see, that means she only gets a single month slice of her tax-free allowance. But if she were on the right code, the cumulative one, the system would look back, see all her unused allowance from April, and apply it. The result? Well, she's paid almost £300 too much in tax in just 1 month. £290.50. That's not just a number on a screen, is it? That's a week's food shopping, it's a train ticket to see family. It's real money that should be in your pocket, not sitting with HMRC. Stay with me, the next point might surprise you. Now, a question we hear all the time is this. Surely I'll get that money back automatically, right? And you'd think so. But it's not always the case. While HMRC often does sort it out in your next payslip, sometimes it can take months, and sometimes you really do have to chase them for it. That's why being proactive is so important. But here is the really good news. You do not have to be a victim of the M1 code. You absolutely have the power to fix this. Now let's look at the next step to getting this sorted with a simple 3-step plan. Ready to get your money back? Here's what you do. Step 1, get your paperwork together. That means finding your P45 or your last P60. If you can't find them, don't panic. A starter checklist from your employer works too. Step 2, get in touch with HMRC. Don't put it off. The fastest way is online through your personal tax account, but you can also give them a call. And finally, step 3, check your next payslip. Keep a close eye on it to make sure your code has been updated and you've got that refund. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I'm in the clear, but hang on a second. The M1 code can be a bit sneaky, and it can pop up in some unexpected situations, especially if you're a pensioner or you run your own business. Let's take a look. So, did you know that if you're a pensioner and you start drawing from a private pension, you are at a really high risk of being put on an M1 code? Or how about this? If you're a business owner in London, for example, and you pay yourself a small salary through PAYE after a year of taking mostly dividends, that can trigger it too. And here's the real curveball. If you're a higher earner, an M1 code could actually mean you underpay tax, leaving you with a surprise bill from HMRC later on. So, the crucial point is this. Be proactive, not reactive with your tax. Don't just wait for problems to happen. Make it a habit. Check your tax code online at least once a year, and always, I mean always, give your new employer that P45. It is the single simplest way to keep your money where it belongs. We've covered a lot of ground, but let's be honest, tax can feel like a complete minefield. And when it comes to your own money, you really don't want to be taking any chances. This is where the experts come in. If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by all this, that is completely normal. Tax is confusing, especially when you've got a million other things going on in your life. But you really don't have to figure it all out by yourself. The team at Pro Tax Accountant are brilliant. They can help with everything, from a quick question about your tax code to a full review of your finances. They'll save you time, they'll save you money, and honestly, a whole lot of stress. You can get in touch with them using the details right here, and for a deeper dive, check out their full blog post on this exact topic. Now, just a quick but important reminder. This has all been for general guidance. Everyone's tax situation is unique. For personalized advice that is tailored specifically to you and your circumstances, it is always best to have a chat with a professional, like the friendly team at Pro Tax Accountant. You know, we've focused a lot on the M1 code today, but really it's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. It's a wake-up call to check your entire tax code. Are you on the right tax bracket? Are you claiming all the allowances you're entitled to? Often, the M1 code is just the tip of the iceberg. So what else could be lurking underneath? So the next time you see that M1 on your payslip, don't panic. You'll know what to do. Take action. And for more simple, clear, no-nonsense tax advice that puts you back in control, make sure you subscribe to the Pro Tax Accountant channel. Thanks for joining me, and here's to a healthier, happier bank balance.